So I just found another creator, and the name is MicDropBBQ, MicDropBBQ. And I was going through the playlist and I saw this video. It said, the title is Black Americans Never Got This Money. And so today I want to discuss a video that I watched from this YouTube creator, which was posted several months ago. And his central point was that Black Americans did not receive the same kind of government support, opportunity, or wealth building assistance that other groups receive. And the reason it caught my eye, I'm back in New York now and, going through Brooklyn. I never really much hung out in the Bronx before, but just seeing the different way the communities are changing and, just being revamped. It's good, but it hurts as well. To know it the way it used to be, like in Harlem, Brooklyn, stuff like that. It's for the better, but it hurts as well. And so, that part intrigued me with this video. And then also being out in the community, someone that actually took the time out to do the research, look at the statistics, and find some sound evidence on this data. It helps, rather than someone like me walking around and say, well, what's happening, or, just regurgitating at the mouth without having done any research. So I'm thankful for this, and I thank him for that, for doing that, which it helps me when I do talk to other people, and I can refer to this, this thing that has evidence, right? But before I go any further, I want to be clear that I do not belong to or support or identify with any political party. Not Democrat, not Republican, not Independent, Green Party, or any other party. I believe that when there's an issue affecting my community, wherever I am, I should be able to research it, write letters, speak up, and advocate directly for myself, and directly, just advocate directly to whoever has the power to address it, which I have done many, many times in the past. And it has had very good results. My concern, and sometimes it's ignored too, can't leave that part out. My concern is not loyalty to a party, political party. My concern is people, policies, and the outcomes. I want to see a result. I'm making a complaint. I'm raising up red flags, But what stood out to me about this video is that it put research, statistics, and historical context behind things I have felt and observed for a long time. So when you live in a community, walk through it each and every day, and watch it change, you notice things. You see neighborhoods that no longer look, feel, or function the way they once did. And so since returning to New York, I have seen that clearly in various different communities here. I may have had thoughts about it before, but I had not always done the deep research needed to explain it properly. And MicDropBBQ deserves credit for bringing together information in a way that made the issue easier to understand. For me, I can only speak for me. His work gave language and context to concerns that many people have carried for years. Again, I said many people. I'm talking about me because I cannot speak for any people. The bigger lesson for me is that we should not turn our frustration, or one should not, is what I'm thinking, is what I would do. Turn my frustration towards everyday people. Like, I shouldn't hate people, look at people in disgust, mistreat them, or blame them personally because they benefited from opportunities, programs, or systems that Black Americans were often excluded from or given far less access to. The real conversation needs to be about the people with authority. Policymakers, government institutions, the lenders, the developers, and others who created, maintained, or benefited from unequal systems. However, hold up, wait a minute before I go any further. This does not mean to accept those individual stank-ass behaviors that some display of being better than Americans, and rejecting and reporting those nasty individuals, selfish individuals that refuse to hire Americans to keep monies, positions, resources for themselves and for people are strictly not solely American. For example, like ABM Industries in Orlando, Florida, being one of many more. And I can talk to that from experience. Historically, the United States has treated some forms of government assistance as respected benefits, such as home ownership, support, retirement benefits, and tax advantages, while portraying other forms of assistance as shameful welfare. You work harder. Anyway, Black Americans have faced documented barriers to home ownership, access to tax advantage, wealth building, and jobs with strong benefits, which helped widen the racial wealth gap over generations. That does not mean every individual person is personally responsible for the system. Nope. People are taught to protect what has been provided to them, along with those other bad things that they have been taught about staying away from certain groups of people, especially when they believe their security depends on it. So my goal is to not hate anyone. My goal is to understand the structure, speak honestly about it, and direct the conversation toward the people and policies that have real power. When I think about my own childhood, being raised in a Black American household with 13 children, I cannot help but wonder what life might have looked like if our family had received fuller access to resources, stable housing, quality education, wealth building opportunities, and meaningful support. We had what we had, and we made it work. But with 13 children in one household, at times additional support could have changed so much. One could have been living in a whole different kind of life. That's why these conversations matter. Not to divide people, but to understand history, recognize what was denied, and advocate for policies that make sure families today and future generations have a real opportunity to thrive. And it was a good video for me, an eye-opener. Very, very good.